All right, welcome back. Now I'm back on the Mojave. Make sure that these guards aren't under the axles. This Mojave body, I've got my washer fix on it so that it doesn't get stuck anymore. But for the most part, this Mojave's been awesome, other than the mild body issue I had when it was new. But it's an awesome platform for the 4S line. I know a lot of people have run these on 6S, but like I said, I've got 6S RCs that I love to rip, so I try to keep these stock at 4S. And I've got this on my Rugged because I couldn't find my remote for it, so I just bound it to this, and I can do it one finger. The steering to the left is real good, to the right isn't as good. Just want to make sure my dual rate is up, so we're going to go ahead and check that real quick. Take off my sunglasses. It is so let's see, sub trims. There we go. Just had to turn up the sub trim. A little bit. But part of the ground and pound series, like I said. I love the Mojave platform as well. And 4S, it is a ripper. Oh, the grass is wet. That's what I was hearing. I was like, what is that noise? Not a lot of ground clearance with it. But the suspension is awesome. Flat dirt. You can do a lot with this RC car. Drive it like you stole it. Just an awesome grass ripper. All around loose dirt, flat tracks, they work pretty good. And the body really protects this RC. Arrma's got some of the coolest 4S platforms out there, I think. Not knocking Traxxas. Traxxas got some pretty cool ones. But I think Arrma knocked it out of the park with this this style platform on 4S. The whole modular design makes it, you know, cheap, affordable. They do have their issues, but look how smooth that thing is landing. It's what I love about the Mojave, like that whole Baja series. It's what I liked about the Super Baja Ray and that little Razor by Losi. Listen to that thing land. You don't even hear chassis slap or anything. It floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. That is so smooth. Just a ground and pounder, in my opinion. You can have so much fun at the park with this platform, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. You know, you guys see me running on this cool track, this BMX track. It took me years to find something like that. Other than that, I was going to parks like this and just ripping. And everybody has a park near them. That's why I think everybody should have a park ripper. Go out with the family, rip at a park, backyard. Just a ground and pounder. You don't have to get big air jumps. This will handle it. It takes a lot of abuse, but flat ground, flat dirt, asphalt tracks like the pump track that I run on. But this is where a lot of people are going to run them, here at parks. And that's where I think the Mojave shines. So there's certain RCs I grab for certain things, certain places I'm gonna go. Like the kids, when they come up here, go swimming, I'll sit out here and do this, waiting for them to finish up. I can have a lot of fun with this RC, and it also doesn't break the bank. It's a perfect size. You can put 2 or 3 of these 4S ones in the trunk of your car, in your sedan. They don't take up a lot of room. They're still a good size RC compared to like a 10 scale. 10 scale to me is very hard to run. It's limited to like the front yard of your house, or running with a bunch of other people with 10 scales. I just like the bigger RCs, and this 4S line works really good. I think it's an awesome size. You can still see it. It's got great range. Look at that. The suspension is so cool on this one. Arrma knocked it out of the park when it came to the suspension on the Mojave 4S. I even love the 6S Mojave. I'm a big fan of it. These aren't the cheapest in the world, but overall longevity for running these RCs, you're not going to break a bunch of stuff, and so it's not going to break the bank. The electronics are really good. They give you a good receiver. I'm still running the stock receivers. Some people don't like them, the Spectrum receivers, and I've had some fail, these smart receivers, but for the most part, these ones they're giving us with the ready to runs now, it's all you really need. Especially if you have like a rugged and you want to put a bunch of them on it, because trying to keep track of all those remotes, sometimes it's difficult. So if I can't find a remote, I just grab a rugged and bind it to that, which with the originally Arrma wasn't doing that. You had to buy a receiver to bind it to a rugged. Now we get a better receiver, so props to them. You can just, and same thing, I run a lighter pack in this so that the RC is well balanced. These smaller RCs, you don't want to put an 8,000, 9,000 mAh, 10,000 mAh battery pack, even though it's 4S. You don't want to shove it on one side of your RC. It's going to be really heavy on one side. Those are big packs. If you can stick to a lighter pack, a smaller pack, it's going to make the handling that much better. And then on crashes, you're not going to have this big battery pack trying to rip out your battery straps. I mean, more power to you. If you want to throw a big pack in it, go ahead. It'll definitely give you a lot more run time. You'll probably overheat, have to let it cool down before that battery pack even thinks about going dead. Tires screeching, even like a real car. You can see it dip out. It doesn't like the wheelie. It's got very open diffs. Keeps it very stable. Just a different driving experience. Even though it's basically the same electronics as my Outcast, the setup is way different, which makes the RC just a way different driving experience. It's something I think everybody should also have if you're really into RC cars, and considering you don't have something like this, you don't have a Baja truck, this is one of the coolest ones out there. 4S, relatively affordable, and it's not going to break the bank. Still running the factory tires on this. Everything on this thing is factory. Other than the washers I've added to the body to stop it from sticking, because that was a problem, is that the post, the 4 posts that makes this platform really strong, that goes down into the chassis, literally would get sand in it, and it would wedge itself in there. Now some people drill them out. Arrma told me to drill them out when I was having this problem. I opted to put some rubber O-rings and 2 flat washers just to stop the taper from packing itself in there, and that seemed to work, and I didn't have to make the chassis any thinner in that area, which I think is pretty cool. Anytime you can keep the chassis thick and not have to drill it is better, in my opinion. And that's why I opted to do it the way that I did. Now, some people have drilled it out. I watched one guy drill his out and went and ran it, and he had trouble getting the body off. Look how smooth that is. It's like a pillow when it lands. I'll do some slow motion on that, on those landings. But it's literally hopping out of the park, landing on the concrete. No chassis slap. And if you had a big battery in here, that thing would slap down, and it would probably lean to the side that the pack is on. So 5200 mAh Electron Pro is a win. Perfect size battery pack, 50C, plenty of punch. Really love seeing the suspension work and work properly. So cool. I used to come up here and jump out of this thing all the time. Little bit of chassis slap there, just because I got to get on the brakes really soon. And it's flying a lot higher. Run time is really good on the 5200 mAh as well. Oh, low voltage cut. And there we go. Just enough. You can hear the fans buzzing away. And you yank it. So, just an O-ring and a washer to stop it from wedging on this taper right here. All the fans are still working. No fans have broke. This is a bit of a trash collector, but not as bad as the other ones. Remember, these things were real notorious for collecting a bunch of trash. But with this body design, this new body design, it really keeps a lot of the dirt and debris out of there. And there we go. Mojave 4S. God, I haven't taken this one out in a while. Definitely a blast to run it the way I just ran it. Pretty cool RC. So, next video, repaired the big rock. I do have a body coming, but I want to give it a rip out here. Make sure everything is functioning properly, that I got my steering back. So stay tuned for that video. Mojave 4S, Arrma knocked it out of the park with this one. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.